After nearly 2 years of waiting, Foundation has returned with Season 3, and wow! It hits the ground running. I feel like I've just stepped out of cryo sleep myself because this premiere felt seamless, as if no time had passed. From the very first moment, the show proves it hasn't lost its touch. Season 3 kicks off with one of the most brutal and cinematic opening scenes we've had so far, introducing a major villain, the Mule, who takes Kalgan in a terrifying display of power. Narrated by Gaal, we get an insightful look into the time that has passed, how New Terminus has developed, how leadership has shifted, and how religion has faded in favor of trade and economic growth. But this evolution comes with a looming threat, the third crisis. This crisis doesn't just threaten Foundation or Empire, it threatens civilization itself. The future, as predicted, seems to be heading toward total annihilation unless the course of events can be altered. Let's talk about that opening scene. It was incredible. In just 7 minutes, the Mule cements himself as one of the most dangerous figures in the Foundation universe. He's not just powerful, he's menacing, cunning, and disturbingly charismatic. We watch him slaughter Archduke Balerian's entire force without breaking a sweat. Worse, he manipulates the Archduke into biting off his own finger and taking his own life, all while smiling. That is villainy done right. What made it even more chilling? The Mule had already entered the Archduke's mind long before they physically met. A subtle gesture, the Archduke touching his head, made no sense at the time, but later we realized the Mule had been inside his thoughts. He doesn't even need to be nearby to dominate someone. That's terrifying. By conquering Kalgan, the Mule gains a foothold that could sway the rest of the Middleband planets. His goal is to draw attention, not just from the Foundation, but from Empire too. Instead of chasing them, he's making them come to him. It's smart and strategic. His ultimate mission? Destroy the Second Foundation, as teased in past visions shown to Gaal, and he's well on his way. At this point, Gaal is the only person who might be able to stop the Mule, but she's not there yet. Her powers are raw and undeveloped. She has potential, but time is against her. The clock is ticking, and the Mule isn't slowing down. Meanwhile, we dive into Demerzel's complex past and uncertain future. She's revealed to be nearly 18,000 years old, having survived the robot wars. These wars, where machines fought both each other and humans, left lasting trauma. Demerzel reveals the classic 3 laws of robotics, which create a deep moral conflict. She's loyal to the Cleonic Dynasty, having served since Cleon I, but with its downfall predicted, she's unsure of her purpose. Her identity crisis leads her to the Luminists, who focus on rebirth and transformation. Demerzel is not just a cold machine. She's feeling, thinking, and terrified of a world without empire. Her emotional vulnerability in this episode stands out as one of the most human moments we've seen from her. Toward the end of the episode, Demerzel is analyzing the Prime Radiant's predictions. What she finds is devastating. Within just 4 months, the Cleonic Dynasty is set to fall. But worse than that, civilization itself is collapsing. Foundation and Empire are both heading toward an inevitable void unless something drastically changes. While the Mule wages war from the outside, another conflict brews within the Foundation itself. Traitors are growing increasingly dissatisfied with leadership and are planning rebellion. Here's the twist. Empire is secretly arming these traitors. Why? Because by sparking a civil war, Empire can weaken the Foundation from the inside, without lifting a finger. Brilliantly manipulative. Pritch tries to expose Empire's involvement, but he fails. Instead, he shifts focus to the Mule. This might be a mistake, because the Mule isn't just some rogue agent or pirate. He's much more dangerous than anyone realizes. And while everyone is busy fighting smaller battles, the real threat is gaining ground. In my view, this was the perfect way to bring back Foundation. The episode jumped between multiple planets and perspectives, which normally feels disjointed, but here it worked. It showcased how much the galaxy has changed and how deeply intertwined everyone's fate has become. Gaal's narration from cryosleep added depth and cohesion. Even though we didn't see her physically for most of the episode, her voice carried us through, connecting every moment. It was a masterful choice that kept the tension building all the way to the end. The acting in this episode was top tier. Demerzel's emotional turmoil, Brother Day's carefree arrogance, so different from the last time we saw him, Harry Seldon's brief but impactful presence, and of course, the Mule's terrifying charisma, all of it landed perfectly. By the time the episode ends, we're left with a chilling forecast. In 4 months, both Empire and Foundation might be gone. Even Brother Day, usually so sure of himself, looks shaken. That moment where his face shifts back to his true form? Powerful. This was one of the strongest season premieres I've seen, not just in Foundation, but across any show in recent years. Apple TV has something truly special here. Sure, waiting 2 years was frustrating, but if this episode is anything to go by, the wait was more than worth it. What did you think of the episode? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you want more breakdowns for every episode this season, hit that subscribe button.